Hi, thank you for joining me for day 11 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christie's Beautiful Life, round 13. And today's sketch is created by the lovely Mel Walkden. So her sketch has a tag in the middle of the paper, and I've chosen this grid paper from Print Shop, Vicky Booton's Print Shop, to create the tag. And then the background paper is from Shimelle's Main Character Energy, and I'm actually going to be mixing those two collections today to create this layout. The photos are of Mum and Amelia on a card making class that I held for them last year. I'd said to Mum that I was going to be making my own cards in 2022. I was absolutely determined not to buy any cards, and she showed an interest, so I said I'd hold them a little class if they wanted. So that's what these photos are from. And the inspiration was taken from Mum's lovely orange jumper there to create this layout. Now I quickly realised that with the arrangement of the three photos, I was going to have the tag the opposite way up to Mel's, because it made more sense to me having the point, if you like, at the bottom. And I just wanted this to stand out a little bit more on the orange paper, so I'm creating a thin border with black card on the tag. I cut this with my trimmer, and then when I put it on the orange I realised that it's too thick, so I go in with my scissors and trim that down a little bit more. So the photos are per Mel's sketch. She's got 1 4x4 and 2 3x4 photos, and they're overlapping one another, and I really like the look of that. So I'm coming in with some American seam binding in yellow at the bottom to create the bow of the tag, and that completes the colours that I'm focusing on, the tealy blue, the orange and the yellow. So just tying a quick bow in that, and then I can work out how long I want the tag to be. I deliberately created it nice and long so that I could work out, once it was all positioned, how I wanted to trim it. And because this blue paper's got the grid on it, it was easy to trim it with my scissors. I wasn't having to go back in with the paper trimmer. So at this point I'm thinking that I'm going to butt it up to the top of the paper, but I do bring it down a little bit in the end. So I pulled that Laugh puffy sticker from the Print Shop collection, puffy sticker sheets, because Mum was killing herself because she just couldn't get it at all. I'd pre-made some cards for them to follow along to. Amelia had absolutely no problem, but Mum was getting so confused, so in the end she sat and ate cookies. She did make some cards, but with a lot of Amelia's help as well. So it was a real giggle. It was fun to do. So just popping that puffy sticker down. It's going to sit like that across the left-hand photo, and just with the loop of the H on the top photo. I do like to have all of my elements touching where possible. I think it gives more cohesion when they're all overlapping and not just floating on a layout, if you like. So I'm just going to pull plenty of word stickers out on this. That one says a little bit dramatic, and it's from the Shimelle sticker sheet. And then so is that speech bubble at the top that says true story, as is the Happy Times tab there. And then this good stuff sticker, again from the Shimelle sticker sheet, and that's going to go underneath that Laugh sticker. So I'm just slowly starting to build things up. This is where I decide that I want to pull the tag down and add some layers above it. And I bring in this branding strip of the purple with the gold stars. But when it's been on for a little while, I decide that it's too much. It's bringing a different colour in, and I just don't want to do that. I'd noticed that I'd turned the orange paper around at some point. I don't know how that happened. I wanted the stripes to run vertically, so just switching that round and then getting this tag stuck down. Now I know what I want to do, and I'm starting to add stickers above it. I decide it's high time that it gets stuck down. So just checking that it's central, using my grid on my Tim Holtz glass mat to do that, and then my T-square ruler just to double check, and then I tuck that purple piece in, but I do pull that up later on, you'll see that. And then I pull the pink heart stickers as well from this sheet, and I think it was the combination of those two colours that aren't really anywhere else on the page that just makes it a little bit too much for me. So just gluing that down with a bead of PVA, and then I can carry on embellishing. And this page does get quite busy, but I love it when it's done. So now back in with the Print Shop chipboard, and I find this flower, orange flower. So of course that has to go on the layout. And then these scissors, and I can't think of anyone else that I would use scissors apart from maybe a haircut photo. So they go on there as well. So my journaling just reads, I mentioned I was trying to make all cards now and suggested a card making session to Granny. She was enthusiastic but felt challenged by the positioning, so asked you to do it for her. So now I'm going in with my title, which is going to be Card Making 101. I'm using my Bella Boulevard Florence alphabets, but I'd run out of C's in black. So I've just taken one of the blueberry ones, the blue ones, and coloured that in with my Sharpie pen to make that black. And then the rest of them I'll use the black stickers for. So I stick that down, and then I find this chipboard heart and realise I actually want the title over to the left. So I'm just going to go through now and peel all of those off, peel those black hearts off, I'll put them elsewhere, and realign it to the left hand side. This is the point where I also pull that purple off, so I add that blue star sticker to the left hand side to cover up where I've pulled that off. So adding some wax twine to this lovely heart tag, which is going to go up there, and this is where I'm repositioning the title. Sometimes I'm not very good at visualising where I think things should go, so I have to move them, but that's fine. It moved without any issue. So just getting this tag situated, and I'll leave the wax twine just to trail down like that. And that provides just extra movement on the page, which I really enjoy. So adding these black hearts back into this cluster here at the top. And then I decided I wanted to bring some black into the bottom, so I'm going to add a hole reinforcer from the We Are Memory Keepers hole reinforcer punch to that bottom hole. So I just have to pull that seam binding out to do that. Get it glued on and then thread it back through. And when I tie the bow, I decide that this is a good time to actually get those ends glued down as well. So I'll do that. And I just leave them trailing off to the left and right like that. There isn't really anywhere else they can go unless I took them off the end of the page, I suppose. But I didn't want to lose any of that seam binding. So just adding some dots just to hold it in place. And then I'm going to add another strip of paper at the top. And this is a lovely orangey yellow grid. So just adding that in place of where the purple stars were before. I love this layering above and below photos and things. There we go, and I'm much happier with that. I feel like there's balance as well, so I bring that last little piece that I cut off to the bottom of the bottom photo as well, and it's just mirroring what I've done and bringing that colour around the page. So this little chipboard butterfly is from the print shop collection again, and that goes onto that photo of on the right hand side above Laugh. A little orange and gold heart at the top there, and then an orange star there. Now this is a puffy sticker, and it says this special time, which it really was. It's lovely to have these memories with Mum. And then this one is Forever is composed of nows, which I just thought was a nice phrase. Just getting some glue on that wax twine so it doesn't move. And then this one from, I think it's from the Vicky Boutin sheet that says made me chuckle. I thought that was good. A gold arrow pointing to them and then I do add the word happy up there shortly. And then this floral is from the Shimelle collection. A little gold heart just to fill in that blank space, and then some gold stars. That black piece with the gold stars is lovely. It's a chipboard piece from the Vicky Boutin print shop collection. There's that happy that I mentioned there. And now I'm going to start building up this floral cluster, and this is where it gets really busy. But like I say, I am thrilled with the end result. But this flower is from the Shimelle collection. Just sticking it behind that sticker that I'd put on. And then I do bring another one in to go there. Just gluing them down with some wet glue. And I'm loving how that cluster's building up, but of course I have to mirror it on the right hand side now, so bringing in some more of those yellow florals from the ephemera pack from Shimelle, just getting that butterfly glued down. And then I have to go through the die cuts to see what else there is. I bring another floral down underneath that, this special time, because I wanted to spread them down the page, so to speak, so that it wasn't just one single cluster. And then I'm thinking about bringing a purple piece in there, so I bring this big one in and overlap it off the page, and that leaf that I trim off I will just tuck in behind those 2 yellow flowers, and it just finishes that off really nicely. So now I need to work on this right hand side, so I tuck that purple piece in, just again to mirror what I've done on the left hand side. I want that purple colour to be on that side too. I find this other lovely cluster of yellow florals with some green leaves. I'm just working out where to put this purple, and because it's so hidden by those flowers, I will bring another one in shortly. Just fiddling, trying to work out how to have that next to the arrow, and in the end I decide it's best to layer the arrow over the top of the flowers. Again, everything touching, everything cohesive, and not floating on its own. So this piece just says write it down, and I thought it looked nice, so just adding that in. It's starting to lose its adhesive, and I know it'll get lost if I put it back in the packet, so just adding that on there. And now I'm bringing in some little sequins just to add some sparkle about the page. So these are orange and green and pink, just to copy the colours that I've already got on the layout there. So I won't make you watch me stick those down. Just deciding where to put them all. So there they are, glued down. And this is where like I say, I cut that leaf off. And then and the other one, and then I'm just going to tuck that leaf in on the left hand side underneath that sequin that I've just glued down. And it really just finishes that little cluster there. So one more purple flower on the right. Glue that down. And then I pull out one of my hand-cut butterflies from the butterfly paper in the paper pad. It's got some lovely gold on it. And then I just feel that I need to bring the gold in on the page a little bit more. So these are from the Shimelle glitter thickers. And I add 1 star at the bottom, 1 star on the right-hand cluster. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. Please do check the description box. I'll leave Mel's details there. She's got a wonderful YouTube channel and also the playlist for everybody else playing along on this hop. Thanks again. See you tomorrow. Bye.